almost like a budget version of T1, getting ahead in lanes. Lehens is roaming Andre into the LeBlanc here, looking for some of those late game setups here and laning well against the LeBlanc, having obviously the engage tools here with the Renekton and the LeBlanc. But now I think, yeah, you could just play this Veigar, and this is something that was mentioned on the space. BDD has been so good on Veigar. He played it very late compared to the other mid laners, but his performance has arguably been the best here in the LCK. And, you know, a lot of times we look at Veigar and we're like, okay, this pick seems like a trap. It seems like it's overrated. Doesn't seem that good. But when BDD plays it, he gets lane prio. He's now playing into a Cassante, so he's going to have a huge edge here. And now Cuz has a lot of agency around the middle and top of the map, because bottom side is kind of a wash. You will probably have...
So cool to be back casting a telecom war in the playoffs with you, Wolf. We have done this more than once.
Yeah.
Maybe not in League of Legends, but in the past. And this was always such a fun matchup, not because of the history, but also because in times past, these usually were the biggest two fan bases, right? So even though in nowadays, T1
than what the lane prio is going to provide. Not going to take any bad fights here, not going to try to force anything. And I think that as painful as it is to watch as a KT fan, watching T1 take everything on the map, I think this is the right play.
Yeah, Faker getting poked out here. We actually did have the ultimate used by BDD, just trying to push him away.
Get this early mid turret, as well as Drake proud to take a 2-Drake lead.
Yeah, that Rift Herald could be big, as meanwhile, speaking of big, Aiming has to flash, but I think he's 100% dead. They wait in the brush, and they hide on bush. That's all you gotta do. Aiming had no idea, and that is a pretty free first blood, and should be first turret given over to Guma.
First turret with all 5 plates, and we'll get the solo plate here for the final one. 625, that's gonna be the second Drake. And again, Herald can just be dropped here mid. 2 plates have already gone down. So BDD in a lot of trouble, and if this turret goes down, after already losing bottom side turret here, you're going to have big problems defending against this Elise, who's now pretty accelerated in this game. And she's going to be able to just roam around. And I'd say accelerate, not in items, but just in map control. Like, she's going to be able to constantly threaten.
Okay, we got the Lehen skank coming up to the top side as waiting for a good moment. As that will be the flash away from Zeus, and it's not every if we can hold on. And it's a big if, as, okay, maybe trying to find a little angle here up on the top side. That's that Lulu and Wukong played together, as in goes the Cyclone onto 2 of them. Guma has to flash away, so they finally... Oh, man, he's caught on the edge there as waiting for that TP. KT's got an angle here. Faker on the run. He does have flash, and he is quite tanky, as Keen really wants to force this one. Faker just on the dash. Still has not flashed, as he will all-out him over the wall just to escape. Still has his flash, as he is under here, and Owner getting over the wall with the cocoon, and they turn this around. 2v4. I think the TP was like a 1.5 seconds late. Like, if he was right on that, maybe get something going, cuz now he's just dead. There's just nowhere to go. I mean, he doesn't have flash, used it. And
at the end of the day, I don't think they can even come near this Baron.
T1 can just start it up. You know, they do have a lot of control in the enemy jungle. They can see cuz, as that ward is not denied by the control ward, actually. Keria takes a massive chunk, though, has to use heal.
Okay, this is the angle, maybe. Tidal Wave not great either.
They're not able to zone out cuz, though. He's still got flash. Still got a way in. He's over the wall. The damage comes in, and they get it! KT take the Baron away! And now they're looking for the fight afterwards. The Cyclone, though, doesn't get much value, as T1 really want to get in there and punish for this, as Zeus not able to get a big Gnar, might be able to take down 2 members of KT, and even Keria will survive. And it is 5 versus 3 in favor of T1, but that Baron is pretty huge for KT. They gotta hold on from here.
It looked like Faker thought the Blast Cone was gonna be enough to actually zone Cuz away, but he doesn't actually hit Cuz with that, and they don't focus the Baron quickly enough, so Cuz is able to come in like we were talking about with that flash. Almost the exact same scenario we were talking about on the previous Baron attempt from T1. but ultimately it may not matter here because T1 end up getting 2 kills here on the solo laners, and aiming, he just got his second item. He's been 2 items down this whole time. He's not really going to be able to carry this on his own, and this should be an inhibitor minimum for T1.
It is still a 10,000 gold lead, so T1 even against Baron minions not really caring because KT can't step up to defend those Baron minions at this point, and they have the damage to peel through them.
And now with
Elders should be T1's.
T1 grouping over here, and I mean, if KT don't fight this, they lose the game, but if they fight it, they will not win it. Faker again, 1v5, he's like, I'm gonna lock this down. He's level 16, he's got Anathemas locked, and he just locked it. On to aiming, he's like, nope, aiming, you can't do damage to me.
And he really doesn't, and he's just there, he immediately hits Cuz, he's like, you're not getting in there, like, that's never gonna happen. So, Elder Drake taken here by T1.
And we're gonna cower in fear in the base. And there is a flank potential for Cuz. He's like getting red buff right now. I thought maybe he's gonna wrap around. He has flash ult, but who do you even kill if you get the ult off? It's Elder buff, and KT are thinking about game 2.
Yeah, just gotta wait. Just gotta cower, as you mentioned, as the poke is already in.
Trying to clear minions.
And yeah, that is the way. We do have a nice little flank here. Inhibitor comes up. Tower, though, is going away. Tidal Wave is going to be big, but does part the team as Cuz still waiting.
You have to kill Guma twice, by the way, if you kill him. You have to kill him twice. And they're respecting the Cuz flank. They're like, I know he's back there. We don't know exactly. They do defend. And if KT take time to, or rather, if T1 take time to reset here, some of that time will actually further be eliminated. I don't think they will. They're just going to straight push top, make sure they have 3 inhibs to end the game. But KT just hanging on by a thread. TP here for the reset. BDD has death cap now.
Aiming is looking for his LDR, but he, he's not going to have Infinity Edge for a very long time. So you've got the entire team of T1 breathing down your neck in the top lane, and you don't even have that LDR yet. So now with 1 Nexus turret and a Dream, KT are hanging on for dear life. Poke already does begin. Cage catches the Gnar.
Cuz once again searching, hunting.
Boy. Here we go. That's going to be the end of Keen, and that should be the end of this game. The culling comes in onto BDD, and yeah, that's the end of Aphelios as well. Everybody is just scattering to the wind as Lehens is just emoting, and T1 will not let them get away for free. Takes them all down and takes down all of the Nexus.
Just textbook tempo-based play from T1 once again here. And these are the types of games you expect to see with T1 regardless.